In the cold stillness between galaxies, where light travels for eons and space curves into infinity, humanity placed its sharpest gaze, the James Webb Space Telescope, into the black ocean of the universe. Built to reach deeper than any mission before it, Webb was more than an observatory. It was a question. A hope. A doorway. It searched not just for stars, but for answers we have carried since our first breath. Are we alone? What carved the universe into what it is? And, most daring of all, who else might be watching? For months, Webb scanned silently. Then something unusual flickered through the data. Not noise. Not random radiation. A pattern, subtle, repeating, mathematically perfect. At first, scientists assumed a sensor error. But the signal returned again, identical in structure, obeying a sequence of prime numbers arranged in a spiral formation once theorized on Earth but rarely studied. The lemur spiral. A visual lattice of primes curving outward with impossible precision. As researchers compared gravitational distortions near the Horologium constellation, they noticed something chilling. The warping of spacetime, radio pulses, and even dark matter voids aligned with this spiral. It was like a signature carved across the sky, not by nature but by intention. Inside the spiral's center they expected a collapsed star or singularity. Instead, they found nothing. Not dark matter, not radiation, an absolute zero. A place where light vanished, physics failed, and reality seemed absent, like a missing pixel on the canvas of existence. The world's scientific community locked onto the mystery. Prime numbers govern atoms, ecosystems, quantum fields, yet nothing cosmic had ever adhered to them with such deliberate structure. Governments were briefed privately. The public only heard fragments. And then a graduate student made the discovery that changed everything. When the prime intervals were converted into base 12 and layered against cosmic microwave background frequencies, a shape emerged, a three-dimensional grid resembling circuitry. Not random. Functional. Intentional. Like the universe was running code. Theoretical physicists argued endlessly. Was this a communication network? A scaffolding of reality? A relic of something far older than galaxies? Was Webb reading the operating system of the cosmos itself? Evidence multiplied rapidly. One spiral became two. Two became three. The pattern was not static, it was spreading. And when converted to sound waves, the signals produced harmonics, tones with chord-like structure, as if the universe was singing through mathematics. Some believed we were hearing a message. Others thought we were hearing construction, reality updating itself. Then the pattern changed. Intervals shortened. The signal accelerated. Like a countdown. Webb recorded a burst, pure information compressed into photon stream. Instruments crashed. Systems rebooted. When scientists decoded the data, they found what looked like a blueprint, not biological DNA, but instructions for something self-assembling. A machine of light and magnetic architecture, able to anchor into spacetime. A bridge, or a translator, between dimensions. And then came the revelation that sent shockwaves through every intelligence agency on Earth. A nearly identical blueprint had been found years earlier, carved into obsidian in a cave in Peru. 12,000 years old. Perfectly matching the cosmic design. Had someone visited before? Had humanity forgotten? Or had we only now learned how to read the message that was always here? Then, silence. No more shifting primes. No more pulses through the deep field scans. The spirals froze in place like a held breath, waiting, listening. Space agencies across the globe cut communication to the public. Servers that once streamed data in real time went dark without explanation. Astronomers were pulled into closed rooms. Observatories received instructions without signatures. It felt as if humanity itself had blinked, afraid to look at what stared back. But information is never fully contained. Whispers leaked into the digital world, screenshots of encrypted transmission logs, blurred spectral graphs, fragments of coordinates pointing toward regions beyond the local group. Some claimed the spirals were a map. Others believed they were a threshold. A doorway. People argued online, furiously, endlessly. Forums ignited like solar flares, new channels appeared overnight. Live streams ran without pause as millions stared into screens waiting for updates that never came. Was the signal an invitation? A warning? A test? Everyone wanted an answer, no one could agree. One fact remained like a cold line of truth beneath all speculation: the signature was real. Not a coincidence of gravity or radiation. Not noise mistaken for meaning. Not a glitch lost in deep space static. This was intention. This was design. Something had carved that spiral into the architecture of spacetime itself. Something ancient enough to sculpt matter across billions of light years. Something intelligent enough to encode primes, the universal key, the one language that no consciousness could mistake for randomness. It felt less like detection, and more like recognition. For the first time since humans struck sparks from stone, we faced a question older than civilization, older than gods, older than language. The universe had spoken. Not with sound or voice, but with mathematics, clean, elegant, immortal. No superstition. No metaphor. No ambiguity. Only logic written across the void. A language older than stars themselves. And now we stand at the event horizon of our own future, one step from revelation, one step from annihilation. The script is unwritten. The choice is ours, terrifying in its simplicity. Do we answer the signal? Do we follow the blueprint, build the structure of light and magnetism as instructed? Do we allow ourselves to become part of a network older than galaxies? Or do we remain silent, pretending not to hear, aware that curiosity has broken more civilizations than war ever has, and that there are doors which once opened never close again? There is safety in silence. There is extinction in ignorance. And there is discovery perched like a knife edge between them. Civilizations have vanished for less. Species have survived by refusing to speak. Some choose silence and endure. Others choose knowledge and evolve, or burn. Yet the cosmos does not whisper forever. It spoke once, deliberately, almost patiently. Now it waits, like a question suspended across eternity, like a teacher watching a child hover over an answer. Humanity fractures along the fault lines of belief. Scientists want to respond, methodically, cautiously, brilliantly. Religions declare prophecy fulfilled. Some rejoice. Others warn of angels, or devils, arriving through math. Governments scramble behind closed doors, terrified by what they cannot control. Nations form secret committees, draft directives, lock research behind clearance walls. Meanwhile, billions of ordinary people lie awake at night beneath quiet skies, realizing for the first time how small Earth truly is, and how loud our silence might be. Protests erupt. Movements form. Some demand we respond, we must know. Others insist we remain silent, we must survive. Still the spirals remain in the sky, fixed, waiting, as though the universe itself is holding its breath. And then something subtle shifts, not in space, but here, among us. Radio observatories pick up faint harmonics beneath Earth's own magnetic field. Quantum sensors detect fluctuations in vacuum energy, like data being read, like an unanswered transmission slowly buffering. The signal has not stopped. It is listening. The spirals are no longer distant phenomena. They have become a mirror. The cosmos is watching for our reply. And humanity stands still, caught between awe and terror, staring into an infinite abyss that now stares back. A gaze older than superclusters. A mind woven into space-time. A presence patient as gravity. We are no longer observers of the universe. We are participants. The signature sleeps with one eye open. The network hums beneath the fabric of reality. And we feel, with terrifying clarity, that a clock we never set is still counting, slowly, steadily, towards something inevitable. All that remains is a decision. Stay silent, close the door, and pretend the universe never called. Or whisper back. Follow the blueprint. Build the translator. And learn who, or what, spoke in numbers across the deep. Across every nation, 3 words echo in classrooms, in war rooms, in the quiet of human hearts. Do we answer? Because if we do, history will split in two, before the signature and after the reply. And somewhere, beyond stars too far to ever see, something waits for our voice to break the silence.